So, oh, it's Christmas Day. I'm homeless outside in the snow. It's gonna be one digit tonight, like 9 degrees. It's going down to 9 degrees tonight. Hope I don't freeze to death. uh, but that's okay. I'll be alright. I'll just center the blankets. Hopefully, I'll be alright. I should be fine. But yeah, I got my blankets on. I'm keeping this on. It's like holding a little more heat. And I was outside. I didn't want to get my clothes wet because it'll just make me colder. So yeah. So now the question is, who am I? Who am I? Well, in my 20s, my mother finally told me what my mother's name was. My natural mother. That's right, my natural mother, because I'm adopted. So she told me that her name was Sherry Johnson. Sherry Johnson. I still don't know what her boyfriend's name was that she had the affair with while her husband was in Vietnam, because she already had 5 kids, I believe, of her own already. And so I was a six. I was like the youngest of 6 children. I would have made 6. So, but because she had an affair with this Cuban guy, that's all I know is I'm half Cuban. That's it. And Scandinavian. And so my mother told me that she had an affair with some Cuban guy and got pregnant, and so she put me up for adoption. She didn't think I would look like the other kids and whatever. She probably just didn't want to tell her husband. So she had put me up for adoption. And so, yeah. So there was no going back to that. Under those circumstances, people ask me, oh, well, have you ever tried to go and find your natural mother? And I said, no, I wouldn't want to, because, under those circumstances, I mean, it's probably not a good idea. Once again, not being selfish and being considerate of someone, my natural mother, because of what she went through. And I can understand, her husband was away, and she was lonely and had an affair. I understand. So, but she didn't abort me because she couldn't do it, thank God, at that time. Or she probably would have. I don't know. That's what everyone's doing these days. They just, they don't want to deal with something. They don't want something. They just abort it. So, yeah. So it's sad. And many millions of babies are murdered that way every year. And so I avoided that by being adopted. My mother had to put me up for adoption if she didn't want to have me, want to keep me. So it started out as a rough life. It started out rough, right? It started out rough life, and it never got any easier, never got any better or easier, unfortunately. Yeah, because then 2 years after my parents adopted me, thinking they couldn't have kids. And my adopted brother was born, and then a year after that, not even a year after that, my sister was born, my adopted sister. So then she had 2 of her own children, and yeah, that was probably about the beginning of the end for me, because blood is thicker than water, and that was it. That was the end of Chuck. So yeah, and she can say, and my parents can say, oh, well, my mother especially, she favored her children more than me. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that. And I mean, it's she gave everything to them, and you see where I am. So yeah, how much my family gives a shit about me. And that's been the problem most of my life, with everything. So um, it certainly wasn't the same for me as it was for them. That's for sure. Nope, no way. Yeah, those were their children, and I was Cinderfella, as I call it. I was Cinderfella. That's what I call myself, Cinderfella. And the two evil adopted children. Yeah, they're natural children that I deal with, like stepchildren. The adopted children. I was adopted, but to me, they're they adopted me. So yeah, and I had to adopt them. Not my choice. Anyway, none of it was my choice, right? None of it. I didn't have any choice in any of the matter at all whatsoever. So, but this is the life I was given. Yeah. So hopefully it'll be getting better for me soon. Who am I? I'm a Johnson, and my father is Cuban, and my natural father, and my mother was Scandinavian, and that's about all I know. Yep. Born on September 8th, 1967. That is a life path number 22. That's what I am. Life path number 22. Look it up. Yeah, it's my destiny. But I took the spiritual path. Yeah, because the other path was evil as hell. Very evil people. Alright, I'm out of here. Christmas Day, 2020. See ya. Brr.